guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's Bernie here. If this is your first time on my channel, then please make sure you stick around and you subscribe. I think the subscription button is somewhere here, so please make sure you subscribe. First and foremost, before we get started, I'm sorry about this whole lighting going on like that as well. Like, I really cannot be asked to start setting up, and that's just long. I want to try and do this video really quick in one take. So we're gonna have the sun like this going in and out, but we're just gonna have to make do. Please just listen to what I have to say. Like, just ignore all of this, but just listen. Okay, so a lot of you have been getting your offers. Congratulations, man. Like, I'm so excited, and I'm so happy that I could help some of you. The messages are beautiful, but I don't want to start, you know, chatting as Bernie chats. So I just wanted to say big congratulations, but I just wanted you guys to know before you start a couple things, a couple points that I wish I knew, and a couple points that I would want you guys to know. So the very first thing is how, obviously, coming into medical school, there is a lot of very clever people, and sometimes it can feel a bit like you're the, like, personal experience, sometimes I just feel like I'm the, you know, I'm not cutting it, just because, like, there's a lot of people, and it's literally a filtration basically of, like, the top people in their classes and schools and unis, whatever, and then they put all of these people together, and sometimes it can feel a bit competitive. It can feel a bit I don't know how to describe it. It's just I guess what I'm just trying to say is just to be aware that yes, you can be the top person at your school, at your uni, but just be aware that when you come into medical school, it can feel a bit you're not, I don't know, sometimes I felt like, oh, am I good enough? But you are good. I mean, you got in here, so you're good enough. But it's just like, everyone's so clever. But yeah, just wanted you guys to know that. The second thing I just wanted to say is learning how you study. It sounds very contradictory, doesn't it? Learning how you learn, but it makes sense. Basically, knowing how you learn is very important, very vital, because if you're someone, a very good example to use is someone that writes notes. People learn from just writing notes, but then the thing is, have you got the time to write beautiful notes all the time? I mean, because the main thing in medicine is just the vast volume of things that you have to learn and what you have to study, and it's like, if you're not up to date with certain stuff, more is coming, so you don't have the time to necessarily, like, you know, might not have the time. Let me not say you don't have the time. You might not have the time to do what you usually do. So I think having at the back of your mind that you might have to adapt and change the way you study, and I think you just have to become more aware as to what works better for you. I mean, sometimes I know people that will just literally write loads of notes, but that's not how they learn. That's just all they've always done, just literally write notes. But are you actually taking it in from that writing notes? And I mean, this is very personal to me, because I think I've just got it now, but throughout my first year and even second year up until now, I think I've only just got it. I've literally just been changing different techniques, and I think that's actually even quite good, because depending on the module and depending on the system you're doing, you might have to change different things and just to adapt on what you've been learning. So just being aware of, like, changing your study technique, or just being aware of how you actually vastly learn. The third thing I just wanted to mention as well is please, whatever it is that you guys are doing at the moment, and whatever it is that you've written in your personal statement as to what you use to de-stress and, like, your hobbies and stuff, please keep on doing that. You need it. Like, you need it, because it's an escape, basically. You need something other than medicine. Medicine does take up a lot of your time, so you need something else that can help you realize that, you know, this isn't just your life. Like, you've got a life outside of medicine. And that's one thing I personally regret. Like, I wish I know probably I can still do it now, but I don't know, probably just being lazy. But I always wish I'd either took up a sport or played an instrument. I mean, I go to the gym and stuff. I haven't been in a while, but that's not what we're here to talk about. I mean, if you did a sport or played an instrument, I feel like you can have a whole other world apart from medicine, playing an instrument or playing a sport. And that's something I haven't done and I wish I have done. So if you're someone that you're doing that at the moment, don't think you have to give that up because you're coming into medical school. Please keep it up. I mean, you might not be on the, if you were on the competitives, you can still even do it. A lot of people compete. It's just having a balance between that, but please don't give it up. Keep doing it. The next thing, sorry if this is really rushed, I'm just trying to get through this in one take. The next thing I wanted to talk about is, like, a lot of people have been messaging me about, not a lot of people, a couple of people have been messaging me about what they should read before they start medical school. Please enjoy your summer. Listen, you're not gonna get a summer like that again. This is the last time you're gonna get a summer like that. I mean, in your first year, your summer is still okay, but this is the last time you're gonna get a nice summer. So please enjoy it. Don't start spending, oh, let me read this before. I mean, if you're someone that read for leisure, fine. But if you want to specifically read because you're starting medical school, nope, you don't need to do that. If you're coming from school, your A-levels is more than enough for you to, like, come into medical school. I mean, they wouldn't have let you in if they didn't think you were able to do it. So don't spend the time, like, revising through summer. I mean, if you want to do it, it's up to you. Everyone to their own, but you do not need it. Everyone is coming in and they still try to make everyone on the same level, because I mean, there might be some people that don't have a science background, so they make sure that first year, or at least the first semester, everyone is on the same level. So please don't spend your time, like, studying and revising and stuff. If you want to do it again, it's up to you. I'm not saying don't do it, but there's no point. It's pointless. Another thing I wanted to talk about is, like, resources. Stethoscope, please don't go about and, like, go and buy a stethoscope just because, oh, I'm starting medical school. You're going to need it at some point, but don't go buy it unless you've been told that you need it, because depending on your medical school, you might need it in the first term or in the second term, or you might not even need it until the second year. I, for one, we started doing clinicals in our first term, but we didn't actually actively have to go buy one just because we were doing we're still doing, like, general examinations. It wasn't until the second term when we started doing cardio and respiratory that they said, okay, this might be a good time to buy a stethoscope. Even then, there was no pressure to actually actively go buy it, even up till now. Like, there's always, like, spare stethoscopes around for them to, like, offer to people, but it's a good idea to have it so you can always practice. But even then, don't go out and buy it before you start medical school, because when you start medical school, there will be loads of, like, organizations that would come in and just introduce the organizations to you, and they might give, like, discounts and vouchers for you to buy a stethoscope. Where did I think I bought mine from MedSafe. Yeah, that's what everyone buys. Well, most people buy it from. And, like, when you wait before you buy it, when you wait to start medical school, they tell you what type to get as well. Different medical schools different. I mean, there is a general one. I think I got the Littman too, and I've showed you guys in my what's in my bag video. But different medical school is different, obviously. The next thing is, like, your resources in terms of, like, pens, paper, notebook, laptop, whatever it is. So if you're someone that you're going to be typing up in the lecture, yeah, you need your laptop. Do you get what I mean? If you're going to have, like, a big laptop, I for one, I like my big bag. So, because I can put a lot of stuff in it. If your laptop is, like, quite, you know, it might be quite heavy to carry around, then it's a good idea to have a big backpack and just put it in your backpack. Or if you're going to be taking notes, have your notebooks, your pens, highlighters if you like the colors, you know, different color pens. Another thing as well is, I don't know why I did this, but you guys can learn from my mistake. I obviously, if you know, did a degree before, and I did obviously had to work in the lab, so I did have a lab coat, in fact 2 lab coats, but when I finished, I don't know why I thought I didn't need it, so I chucked it away. Chucked the lab coat away, came into medical school, and they were like, yeah, you need the lab coat for anatomy. Bernie, what were you thinking? So anyway, I had to then go buy another lab coat. I didn't buy it, my dad did, but that's not the point. So yeah, please don't chuck your lab coat away, you're gonna need it. And there isn't, like, a specific type, just lab coat is fine. What else? I think those are the resources you need generally. And then, oh, sugar, before I forgot, textbooks. Please don't go out and start buying textbooks. Any textbook you need, it's gonna be in the library. And if you do want to buy it, I mean, if it's a textbook that is quite vital, then wait until you start and then see what they say about it, because it might not even be the syllabus that you guys have been taught, if that makes any sense. So please don't go out and start buying all these things before you start. Have your first day and see what they say before you then buy it. And I mean, I've probably mentioned this on my video, on my channel before, I'm a very visual learner. I'm not really the type of person to like really be stuck into textbooks. I mean, I can check it once in a while for like, not once in a while, a couple times for like facts and stuff, but that's not how I learn. I learn from like watching videos and looking at stuff online. So I don't actively go out and like would buy a textbook unless it's like pivotal, like vital. Then I mean, one of the textbook I might have to get is like the clinical examination, I don't know what it's called. There's a textbook that I have to get. There's a little pocket book. This is bad, Bernie, you don't even know. But yeah, don't go back and buy textbook. If you need it, get it from the library. Even if they don't have it in the library, you can always, hopefully, because that's the way generally I think it works, you can always ask them to like order some in, and then they can order it. But anyway, that's all I've got to say to you guys today. I'm very sorry if it was really rushed. Like I mentioned earlier, with this whole shebang happening here, I don't know, but I'm just trying to do it in one take and get it out there. So anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.